Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a healing hypnosis session, and it was created for a client that was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer of the colon and also the lungs, and they were given the information, the feedback from their doctors that actually that this was not a curable cancer at this particular point, and that they should continue with treatments, but more from a maintenance perspective to reduce the speed of the spread, but not to aim or have hope for some kind of remission or resolution. A cure was off the table. And one of the interesting things is that when you look at anecdotal stories of people that were given 3 months, 6 months to live, and then they recover from that, because these are anecdotal stories, there isn't a big enough sample size, and it wasn't done under clinical trial studies. So these things where you have the exception to the rule, when people defy the odds, that doesn't really lead to a feedback loop that changes any consistent policy when it comes to oncology or cancer treatments. It's just seen as that person got lucky, they were fortunate, they were the exception to the rule. And what was interesting is that this particular client was very, very well researched. They understood a lot about nutrition, lots about alternative drug therapies and different treatments. It wasn't entirely holistic. It was conventional medicine alongside holistic medicine. And they were very fit and healthy outside of this diagnosis. They played lots of sport. So they really felt that they were not the average kind of person that would be getting this news anyway. So what you're going to hear in this hypnosis session is an element of induction and deepener, staged disassociation of hearing the news that they weren't going to be able to recover from this, but in a way where the information wasn't really aimed at them. It was aimed at the average person, and they're not average. And then real suggestions of the things that they're doing, creating a way to defy the odds and become the exception to the rule. And then one of the most important elements to this session is the future pacing, where they could see their future, a future of them enjoying key milestones with their family, but also going back to their career. And why that's important is because, and I remember saying this to the client in the session, when that doctor told them that they weren't effectively going to get back from that, that is a hypnotic suggestion. It's said with congruency and authority from someone that has credibility. And a lot of people will take that not as a possibility, but as a certainty. So if someone can entertain a possibility as a certainty in a disempowering way, surely you can do it the other way around. And it's designed to create a compelling vision of a future to increase the probability of self-fulfilling prophecies or some kind of impact at some level. That could be an emotional level, behavioral level, biochemical level. There's different impacts that the body has in terms of how it responds to different things. If people are worrying about dying, they're probably going to have elevated levels of adrenaline and cortisol and the kind of things that might For a lot of people, I've worked with, for example, people that were lifelong smokers, and they have come to the belief that, well, there's no point quitting at that time because the damage is already done. So if someone really believes that they're going to die of cancer, then why even try different things? And it's designed to help on that kind of level. What I am not saying in this session is that if you have stage 4 cancer and listen to this hypnosis session, you're going to be fine. That wasn't the purpose. The purpose is to utilize their belief systems and their strategies to give them hope and the suggestions of healing, that it becomes feasible for them to imagine a future where they are the anomaly, they are defying what was expected of them. And these things happen all the time, but they wanted to feel that it wasn't just luck that did that, it was the choices and decisions they were making. I've done many sessions on cancer-based hypnosis, oncology-based hypnosis. It's really, really important that, you make your own decisions. And I'm a big believer that for people that have devastating news like this, it makes sense to explore all the options. What I wouldn't say is stop conventional treatment and just do hypnosis. I think that would be reckless. But what if hypnotherapy, alongside some of whatever your approaches are, helps in some way? Even if it increases the probability, the odds by even single-digit percentage, that all helps. It all helps in terms of moving in the right direction. And there certainly is an emotional impact on healing. So with all that being said, I'm not going to ask you to, relax and enjoy the session, because fundamentally you might be stumbling across this because you have been given a cancer diagnosis and you're looking for hypnotherapy to help. What I would say is that this session was created for a specific individual under specific circumstances. Some of the suggestions may be helpful and useful for you, but some of them will be irrelevant because of the nature of the situation of the client that I was working with. So if you feel that a bespoke session could be helpful for you, there will be a link in the show notes, or you can check out my website, adamcox.co.uk. You can book a free consultation call on Zoom, and then we can actually do a session bespoke to you and your individual circumstances. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed and just experience this session in whichever way it has an impact on you. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in a feeling of resourcefulness, and as you exhale, allow your eyelids to close, and as they close, notice how you can be more aware of the sound of my voice, breathing in that resourceful relaxation and exhaling any feeling of tension, stress, or worries, just allowing it to be released in your outward breath. The deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, the deeper you breathe. And as your body relaxes, your imagination awakens. And I wonder if you can use the power of your imagination to imagine a bright, white, healing light. And imagine as you breathe in breathing in that bright, healing light through your nose. Imagine the brightness of that light going down your windpipe into your lungs. And then imagine your heart taking that bright white light and distributing it to every cell of your body. As you exhale, imagine the opposite color, something dark, shadowy or grey, leaving your body in your outward breath. And allow this to signify anything impeding healing, a belief, a thought, a feeling. Just allow the greyness to leave your body in your outward breath before taking another deep breath of that healing, bright white light. Consider this a transfusion. Take breathing in the bright white breath in, exhaling the grey. And as you breathe in, you can use the power breathe in that slow, imagination, relaxing breath to imagine the healing and white light as you exhale, swarming around. Feel particular parts of your body that you feel of relaxation as tension leaves your body. In that, picture the exact location. And imagine breathing in that relaxation through your nose, feeling of brightness around that location, and exhaling tension, whereas perhaps through your nose. Each little breath or one of your toes enabling you to, there isn't much need, feel deeper for that healing white light. And in other places there are, relaxed. Allow the healing white light to displace the grey, and then feel the grey leave your body. And the deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, and breathe out, just allow your shoulders to relax. You can breathe. Feel the heaviness of your lungs to do the breathing for you. And with each breath, no need to force inward how any tension might be stored in your jaw, your neck, feel or your shoulders. The breathing is happening, is beginning to be released itself, and again flowing out, enabling you to feel deeper with the grey and more relaxed. Maybe you can imagine waves and gently retreating from the shore as your body relaxes. And just imagine imagination how it is with this tension awakens, gradually leaving your body in every. I want to use the power of your imagination. Allow your mind to drift and imagine yourself that you are safe and in control, discovering this process. The incredible scenery as you continue to breathe deeply in Tasmania. I want you to imagine a children's slide. Imagine seeing, maybe there's a rugged slide from your childhood that used to have colours and shades of the rock formation. Maybe a slide in a park or a water slide, and maybe you can see the varieties of trees standing at the top around the bay. But we're going to imagine going down to get a sense that you feel peaceful here in the bay. As I count down from 10 to 1, you will feel going down the feeling of connection with yourself. So when I get to 1, you get to the bottom of the slide. And when I arrive at 0, maybe you can hear you are back, gentle waves lapping against the rocks. 10. Or maybe a breeze, just allow yourself grass to feel the gravity at the top of the slide pulling you down. Each breath helps you to feel even more grounded than the last, in slow motion, more present, going down the slide, more at ease. 8. Just releasing any tension in your jaw and neck. 7. Continuing that slow motion descent as you imagine exploring the bay. That's it. 6. Imagine seeing the unique color. Feel like everything is around you also in slow motion. People, movement. Maybe there's a vibrant orange connected to the rocks that comes halfway down the slide now from the unique and connect with this feeling of that the emotions you had originally going down that slide. Happiness. I want you to imagine freedom, fun, as you place one foot on one of those rocks to start to amplify. That your foot, you continue down the slide, is adapting to the shape, feeling the muscles in your face smile. If the rock is down the slide is fun and free, put more weight, you're not in control on your heel. While you're down the slide. 3. Notice how your center of gravity changes, feeling deeper, to either move forwards or backwards, deeper relaxed as necessary. 2. Getting very close to the bottom as you start to feel that you can trust your body's ability. You finish the slide to adapt on ground to the environment. To 0, just imagine you're back on solid ground. I want you to get a sense that here in the feeling, it's afternoon, a different place, a deeper place. And I want you to get a sense that you can see your imagination. A rock elevated above stage, just imagine rocks sitting comfortably. It's calling you in a chair with a very large screen in front of you. Represents a challenge, but it also represents about to play a new perspectives. A key memory, if you get to see your life receiving from a different vantage point when you're high up. Perhaps there was a get a sense in this memory. And perhaps you can remember what clothes you were wearing at the combination of rocks and sand body. Other surfaces give you a pathway after that on a screen. High rock. And as you begin to move across the rocks, watching the scene as though you're an outsider, but with full self-assurance, detached and neutral. Just imagine you feel like a curious, certain observer as a wild mountain goat. Each step upwards, and maybe notice details and purposeful. The expression of a doctor instinctively adjusting to the surfaces where you were and slopes beneath you. Every step, notice the details, gives more information for your brain and your body to make the next step even more certain. Perhaps you start to make is replaced with evaluations as your body learns that it can trust maybe a certain percentage of your body's strength, mobility, they've said many times before. Like before long, you feel that you can know effortlessly your fitness levels rise up, your dedication, rock after rock, higher and higher, level of research you've done. And notice what they're saying, how confident you feel in your movements at the average, when you trust the median your individual body to adapt. That if an average person, step by step, you climb higher in your situation, with the bays stretching out beneath you, was in front of them, that is what they would say. The sound of the waves grows softer as you ascend. But most people don't think how you whispers of the wind, and most people don't do what you do because you are climbing towards a vantage point. And with every step you feel lighter, freer and stronger. I want you to get a sense as though you're leaving behind what they're saying. Any feelings of being directed specifically at you, because that version of you wouldn't even be in this location. They may know the version of you that is making this progress, but they don't the old you, your drive, your will, evolved you, your tenacity, a combination of you at your best. You are a unique individual, but also you at your wisest strengths and resources. this perfect balance of wisdom. And those words are not absolute, but also trust, energy has a crystal ball, strength. This is not your destiny, simply words and information. And as you watch this memory, to imagine, feel a deep sense of calm acceptance, to reach the top of the highest rock. The doctors were looking the natural, just like numbers on a page. Maybe you feel like a lion in the wilderness, and you understand that they are sharing information based on averages. But averages cannot capture the full story from this vantage point. You can see the sun beginning to descend towards the horizon, of the things you're exploring that most people wouldn't. As you start to imagine the colors of the sky, someone taking shifted from blue steps for their health, breathtaking golden yellows, fiery oranges, forms of healing, and soft purples, new combinations, blending together, new strategies, like a living painting. And allow yourself to feel the light and colors reflect off the water. Even in that moment, it creates a shimmering patterns of agency and sparkle of power, like a gift over your own decisions, just for you and your own path. And as the sun sets, feel yourself sinking, imagine leaving that chair into this peaceful, the screen where relaxed state, and seeing a full-length mirror nearby. You still feel warm and stare into that full-length mirror, seeing with your every own reflection moment the sun dips lower, and as you do, you feel a growing sense of clarity and calm your immune system. I'll count down from 5 to 1, and with each descending power of your body's natural defenses feel tirelessly for you, deeper and deeper to that place you can imagine your immune cells, where powerful change as it happens naturally. Coordinated team or army, seeking out and eliminating anything that doesn't belong. The sun is getting closer to the horizon, and certain combinations of things, feel medication connected to the earth beneath you, vaccines or drugs. 4, the light softens, amplify this army's ability, and you feel your breath becoming even steadier to help you heal from the inside. 3, colors balance and health to your body, and you feel any lingering tension dissolve. Feel how every action you take, every mindful breath, the bay is bathed in twilight, every nutrient dense, you feel deep stillness, and every restful night's sleep is fueling this army. The sun sets completely, making it stronger, leaving and behind even more soft glow, fills your heart with warmth and peace. Be grateful for your age. You feel safe on this high rock. For all of that physical things you've done in the past, stars and the moon in the sky, games you've played, exercise you've done. Perhaps even imagine chanting a phrase or a rhythm helping you that takes you even deeper to become into a unique connection with yourself. As you start to imagine the therapies you're exploring, as you breathe in and out under the night sky, things in the Bay of Fires, more standard, a new image begins to form in your mind. Unique, a beautiful rose. Maybe it's a combination, vibrant and full of life. And you just need to find the right combination for your body, soft and rich with color. What if just the petals represent clicks a kind-hearted nature, a sense of generosity to work in harmony with your body. But this rose is amplifying your body's natural healing abilities. Strong, sharp, these tools are allies, thorns lighting that protect it from harm. Imagine being the rose and feel the determination in your heart, and feel that these thorns represent belief that you your boundaries and will become the exception to your ability to say no when you need to. What and if the strength to stand firm, a pioneer, when others might take advantage of your kindness? What if you are carving a unique path, guided by the knowledge you understand that the thorns are not there to keep people out. Your mind is strong, but to protect the rose, your spirit is so it can continue to bloom. You realize that by saying no when needed, by having those boundaries, you are allowing yourself that shows the way for one other person to be the unique version of you desire to be. Imagine going back into that chair to grow, looking to give at that screen, even more when the time is right. Let's journey into the future. A strong rose cannot pour its beauty into the world if it's trampled upon, where you've defied the odds. In the same way, where you've become, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Where all of these things that you decided to do, these boundaries made you, enable you to replenish what is good, would call it luck, and pure but not valuable within you. Ensuring these came from your roses in full bloom and knowledge, and your cup and decisions is overflowing. See yourself with what makes you uniquely at a significant moment, where a doctor is looking confused, perplexed, befuddled. So now imagine that all high this information they have on reports and sheets don't make sense. A beautiful but empty cup. What's happening to you? And maybe there was a time when your cup was empty. Observe that. Maybe lacking self-love, like a seed is being planted in your mind, or your ability to give to others. A future where you to pour into this cup, you must first pour maybe a future where it no longer affects your life. And think of all the ways you can replenish this cup, celebrating milestones with your family, travel, maybe a birthday or a significant holiday, or swimming in the sea, maybe a quiet moment, chanting mantras, of laughter around a dinner table. Or maybe taking an ice bath. Notice the joy in the faces, you feel invigorated and alive. The gratitude for this precious life you're living. Act of self-care is a gift you give to yourself, and then step into a way of recharging your batteries and filling your cup to overflowing. Faces around you roughly how far in the future this is, and when your own cup is overflowing, maybe 1 year, 3 year, 5 years in the future, you don't mind saying yes when you know it's appreciated, but feel because you have plenty to give. You have in yourself. Imagine yourself embracing sense of accomplishment, of self-love, relief perhaps. Self-love is not selfish; it's necessary. A sense of resilience. It's not selfish to eat and to sleep. And then imagine the very first if you don't day of returning, sleep, you're in no position to do anything for anyone. So imagine yourself doing those things many people just for you didn't think would happen again. And they become the foundation, a specific moment that allows you to give your best to the world, be doing without if you were the anomaly, depleting yourself. If you did defy the odds, if you were the exception to the rule, keeps giving a petal to everyone that asks. The rose is no longer a rose. Feel yourself soaring. If a full cup keeps perhaps into the pouring skies for others without replenishing, feeling that the cup is empty. This is feel the love you have for yourself. Feel the love you have for nature. The destiny flowing into your cup. Feel that it is filling it to the brim. Not that this could be your future, and as your cup overflows, your future, you feel a growing sense of momentum in your life. Back to the chair and then see an unstoppable energy propelling you forward. Images of yourself helping you break free from the living past, life on your terms, free from feeling a renewed sense of gratitude and perspective, or empty. See yourself with energy, abundance of health and happiness as you look out into the night sky. Imagine your future, a future where you are living life on your terms, gave that version of yourself thriving, moving through your appreciation of purpose and confidence like a sure-footed mountain goat. What if you feel momentum building with every step you take? This wasn't a curse, but as though the universe itself is supporting your journey. I want you to get a sense that sometimes a future where you embrace your kind-hearted nature, your generosity, but sometimes the cloud does have that silver lining. I start to imagine because you have the confidence to say no when it's necessary, and you do so with kindness and respect. That if this illness had a message, that it's a way of protecting yourself in the future, and your well-being, having listened and responded to that message. Picture the joy in your life as you continue to grow in your heart, and as your mind's find balance between giving to others and giving to yourself. What if it see yourself surrounded by love, by nature? You are moving by the things that fill your choice you make and keep you whole, and that feeling, possibly hope, feel the pride and desire or determination you are living within your body as a beautiful, strong rose with petals that share kindness and thorns that protect your peace. Maybe it feels strong and powerful, and then amplified even to these all of this images and feelings is now combining with that sensation of momentum and self-love. Know to make it is now a part of you, woven into your start to very fabric of your existence, journey in your imagination. And whenever you swim in the sea, but you take your mantras, take an ice bath, or just do something nice for yourself. You will feel this gift of self-care and self-love returning to you. That information filling your cup at the average once more was never aimed at you. You as you stare into the night sky, see the sunrise possibilities beginning. So take a deep breath in. The sunrise represents a new chapter in your life, new beginnings, new opportunities. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Start to connect and calibrate with the here and now. What wonderful, as very soon I count possibilities from 1 to 10 exist. You will awaken in this next stage of your life. Sense of hope, determination, resourcefulness, and a sense where you make hay is because the sun shines. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. So you make it. 4, 5, 6, even better. 7, 8, open your eyes and descending from the rocks like that sure-footed mountain goat. Wide awake. Returning to the bay, seeing the beautiful sunrise. Feeling that you are entering a new stage of your life. Perhaps
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues.
So take a deep breath.
To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.
Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.